Hi everybody, I'm Courtney. I'll be the driver of this session.
Hello everyone, I'm Tom and I'm the navigator of the session.
So let's get into it. So here we have a main.js. So I tested this earlier. I can't get it to work, so I need to use a choco command with obviously the node main.js to fully run the server. And it's throwing me a bunch of errors. I'm gonna try fix it later, and then once it's fixed, I'll upload a new video just showing how it works. So for this one, I'm going to explain the code. It does work for the index because it doesn't need the second one. So again, use strict enforces a stricter mode for cleaner and safer code. Less mistakes and stuff. So for your port, you can change it to 3000, 6000, 8000. I was just changing it to try to get it to work. So it just imports your required modules. Your HTTP, it's just like Node's core, which is the HTTP module, is to create the server, and then obviously this makes it readable. So if there's like an error, it will tell you. This is going to get the function to make JavaScript objects look pretty in the console. So it's like pretty print basically here. And then it's going to collect the incoming data chunks from the request body, and then it's going to push each chunk into the body array. So in terminal, you get all your requests and stuff. So that would be there, well, your console terminal. And then once all data is received, it's handled here. So at the end here, then it combines the chunks and converts it into a readable string. So like pretty print. And then it's going to log the actual body content, the body or content of the request, like data from the JSON sent from client. And then it's going to log the HTTP method used for the request, like get, post, etc. So when you make a get request, that get request gets sent to your console. The same when you make a post request. And then it's going to log the URL that was requested, like the / or / about, etc. So when you're on a web browser page, you have your home, about, contact. Any of those that you click, that is your get request. So it's like going to fetch that information for you. And it's going to log the headers sent with the request. So info like the browser type, content type, so on and so forth. And then it's going to set a response status and headers. So it's just like your content. And then here we have our message sent to the browser. So when this works, which we'll see in the index, you'll obviously have your front browser page. So I stylized mine just to like make it a little bit more interesting. So obviously this is just the name of the document, request received. You've got your body, the background color, font family, all that kind of stuff, the color, the font size, the style, then your message. So I just put request received and then check the console for more details. So that's where you find the post and get requests. So I just want to make it all pretty, I guess, just style it a bit. And then the response message for the end. This is going to send the response back to the client. And then it's going to start the server and print confirmation it's listening. This will be in your console terminal. So when you open your terminal and you type in node space main.js, it's going to tell you server started listening on port 3000, 6000, 8000, which I'll show you now. So if we go here, let me just open this up real quick. It's this one. Just going to open. So I'll show you what I mean by that now. Let me just read out the code quick. So again, use strict. It enforces stricter code, cleaner code, it's safer. Here's your port. So this is going to declare the name of the server. Like I said, you can change it. Then it's going to import a built-in HTTP module to create the server. And then it's going to import the HTTP status codes module for more readable response codes. So again, when you set up your server, there's a bunch of installations you need to install. Let me show you one here. So this is what they're talking about. This is one that you need to install. It all goes into files. Where was I? And then it's going to create an HTTP server instance. then an event listener for incoming requests, and then it's going to set the HTTP response header with a 200 OK status and content type as HTML. And then again, it's going to have a message which will be sent back to the body. Also, just stylize it a little bit, wanted to make it look nice, not so boring. And then again, it's going to end the response and send the message to the client. And then start the server and have it listen on a specified port. And then it's going to log a message to the console indicating the server is running. So here we'll just go node, this is index.js, and you'll see here the server has started and is listening on port number 3000. So, and we just go to our Chrome. Here we go. Here's a stylized version. This is Hello Universe. This is a Node.js server. So this is what I mean. Basically, stylized, cute, just giving it a bit more, less plain and blank. So if we go back to our code, yeah, you can see that's there. Now during with the main.js, it will log everything, each response, each get and post request. But this one, just a basic server, doesn't have that. Now we have these quick checks in the textbook. So like 5.1, for example, it's what is the name of the function your server calls every time a request is received. The answer to that is the function that's called after each request is received is a callback function. Because the function doesn't have an identifying name, it's also considered to be an anonymous function. It's just called a callback function. And then we have 5.2, true or false. Every submitted form sends its full content in a single chunk of data. False. Data streams to the server in chunks, which allows the server to respond based on parts of the received data or even the size of the collected data. And then there's generally about 3 per module. I forgot to include them in my last few videos, but I'm getting to that now. So then the 5.3, with what URL do you route requests to the homepage? So we use the / route. It's going to represent the homepage of the application. Yeah, so thank you for watching. That is Unit 1, Module 5.